Hello there guys, this is Steve here from Maestro.
So Steve, what do you enjoy most about your work in tech support?
What I really enjoy is when I can provide solutions which cover all of my customers' needs and expectations.
What sparked your interest in technology and helping others?
Well, I got my first computer I think when I was 5 years old, and of course games were the first thing that I was into. From there, my knowledge and interest just expanded. Started getting into the fundamentals behind how they worked, and it just became a passion. And yeah, basically everything just expanded from there on.
What do you like to do outside of work when you're not fixing tech problems?
Look, I enjoy spending time with my family, friends. That's really important to me. Getting outside, nice sunny day. It's a nice offset to obviously with the work that I do. Getting outside and taking in the wonderful world around us. I ride motorcycles, do lots of traveling, and playing golf. As far as sport, I used to play tennis and other sports. Enjoyed many types over the years, but golf's something that I really have a passion for.
What's one memorable experience you've had with a client that really left a long-lasting impression on you?
Memorable experience. There's a lady that had come to me, this will be going back a couple of years ago now. She was frantic about the potential loss, the significant number of videos and photos that she'd taken on a world trip, to which her parents in Europe had passed away soon after that trip, and the photos were extremely precious to her. It would have seemed to her at that occasion she tried some other avenues, even given the drive to some other IT people that were unable to recover. Despite it not being primary point of my business operations at that stage, I was still willing to take it on out of desperation for trying to help her out. There were some relatively new recovery methods that were available to try. I thought I would take it on board, so it was a new endeavour for me. But out of desperation, I took it on board. I grabbed the drive from her. Overnight, I was able to recover 100% of it. So I was very excited to give this lady a call and let her know what had happened. I'll never forget her voice on that phone call, and the rise that it gave me as well. She was so elated and thankful, still remains so to this day. We have a strong, long-lasting business relationship.
What's one of the most rewarding aspects of running your own tech support business?
Probably the greatest reward that I get running this business would be having the opportunity to connect with new people and establishing relationships that are built around trust.
If you could give just one piece of advice to someone struggling with technology, what would it be? Simplicity is a big one. So basically, my advice would always be there's always a way to simplify an approach towards achieving success and still being able to deliver a solution. So how do you keep up with some of the more fast-paced changes in technology these days?
Quite easily, actually. Given technology goes back to when I was very young age, getting into computers and wanting to know more and more about the tech world, it was only starting to really get a foothold in the household from the early 1980s when I got my first computer. So it's always been a hobby and a passion as well. And given that I have such a strong personal interest in the field that I provide these quality services toward all my customers, it's also a passion that I stay with and evolve with.
What's something that people might really be surprised to learn about you?
Um, so while some computer technicians, or quite often they generally are quite clinical in their approach, how they tend to explain technology to people, it can be very hard to follow. Most people have experienced being overwhelmed with knowledge of tech that just leaves them basically hanging without really knowing exactly what's going on until hopefully the problem's being solved. For me, I tend to take a different approach. So I have an immense amount of patience, understanding. I'm an empath by nature, so I tend to put myself in other people's shoes who struggle with technology quite easily, and then I'm able to, more or less, the knowledge that I have in resolving these issues run silent. Communication with my clients is always paramount. I treat that as my number one priority, and making sure that people understand in layman's terms what we're doing, and ultimately towards working forward to the solutions that they're after.
What's a major challenge that you've faced during your career?
One challenge in the tech support industry that comes up quite often is the ability to promptly address issues when customers are more or less left high and dry. Problems that have stopped them dead in their tracks, which in the technological world can be quite hard hitting, especially running businesses. Time is of the essence, so being able to promptly address those issues and prioritise my clients has certainly in the past been quite a challenge. However, I have been able to develop and fine-tune various methods around prioritising those such clients in need and address with quality solutions in a timely manner. That's a big one. Another challenge, probably more so in recent times, the quality of components, parts required for resolving issues. Just finding the quality is hit and miss, and as much as I'll always honour and adhere to issues, certainly within warranty periods, of course, and change out those parts, it's frustrating not only for my clients but myself that I haven't been able to provide components that were able to stand the test of time. So I'm very careful these days, very mindful of the quality of the components that I am passing on to my customers to ensure that standards of the work provided are quality and reliability being paramount, that they're met to both the levels of satisfaction from my customers expect and absolutely have every right to, as well as looking after my business model.
How do you often balance running your own business with your personal life?
So while I'll always push to go above and beyond for my clients, I'm very mindful of their needs. Often things needed in a timely manner. I am very mindful of that, but I do recognise that there's a level of importance towards family time for myself.
What do you think is the most important quality for someone in the tech support industry?
Certainly one of the most important qualities of someone working in the tech support industry would have to be a level of patience. It goes a long way. Certainly a commitment to quality service, another one. Reliability, efficiency would be also very important, being able to do things in a timely manner, and of course common courtesy.
What's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever received, and how has it impacted you?
Best piece of advice. That would probably be that you would always strive to put yourself in other people's shoes and seek common ground in both personal and business relationships. I think that's really important. Certainly this approach, it's helped me build some long-lasting connections in both areas.
Can you share a time or experience where you really went above and beyond for a client, and what was the outcome?
Look, I'll always go above and beyond for my clients. It's just the nature of how I do business. I'm always committed to finding the most direct path to finding the solutions, and basically we'll commit to that from the beginning. Sometimes, of course, there are more complex issues that will arise around it. I will always remain fully committed to reaching the end goal and getting obviously satisfaction from my customer and ultimately the big thumbs up.
What's one lesson you've really learned from running your own business that you wish you'd known earlier?
Probably time management. In the beginning, when the business was starting, it was easier, and of course as time went on, finding ways to prioritise and also meet all the levels expectations around my clients' needs in a timely manner. Certainly been a big one. I have fine-tuned the algorithm around that, and generally these days much better at it.
Now Steve, if you could go back in time, what advice would you give to your younger self just starting out in this industry?
To my younger self, I would be telling him it's not just about the technical knowledge. That's a big thing, but I think over and above that, it would be more engaging in practices which build the confidence and trust in what you're offering. Thanks very much for your time, guys. Look forward to servicing your needs in the future.